What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Rage Traders NRL Supercoach podcast. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. And you know the drill. If you're listening on podcast, that's Apple Podcasts or Spotify, a 5-star review always does help me out if you think it deserves a 5-star review, of course. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching, first of all, but most importantly, like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. That truly does help. Now, I'm going to be doing a bit of Origin talk on this one. I know it's not Supercoach related in general, but we are going to be revealing my Supercoach Origin team, what I'm going to go with, and what my thoughts are for Origin. So if you just wanted to hear some Origin chat, what I'm thinking, stay around, and it's going to be a fun little segment. Let's get straight into it. Now, before I review my team and show you guys and reveal it, I'm just going to give you like sort of my thoughts on Origin, where it's at, and essentially what I think is going to happen in this Origin. Now, I am really, and some of this information might relay to actually benefit us Supercoach wise, and I'm glad it's on a Wednesday because we'll be able to see a lot of things tonight. And that might relate to some other players coming in and getting picked, and obviously injuries happen that could make other players that weren't in Origin come in. For example, let's just say Mitch Barnett gets injured. There's a high chance that Jackson Ford will then come in. So things like that we have to be ready for and understand that could easily happen. All right, let's talk about Origin now. Even though I don't agree with some of the picks for the New South Wales team, a lot of people I think is speaking about there's no balance to the team, and that's maybe because Phil Gould spoke about that, and everyone's maybe running on that train. The one thing I think people are forgetting is that this game is still the same game of NRL every weekend, and it's under the new rules. So I think, based under the new rules, New South Wales may be a bit fitter and ready for this bench-wise than Queensland. I can just foresee a lot of these players getting super, super tired on Queensland, like Flegler. He will have a short stint. Carrigan's going to be an absolute workhorse in this. And if Queensland get on the back foot super, super early, I'm really, really worried about how the score could possibly look. Now, if it is raining, that would make a complete difference to the story. But again, I'm just thinking that, yes, I do think Jackson Ford deserves to be in the New South Wales Origin team. Yes, I think he was snubbed a bit. But if this game gets to be a grindy game where fitness is truly coming involved and, you know, these 6 agains are coming into play, I think the New South Wales team will have an edge in that department. Now, I do love the addition of Kotoni Staggs. I think he will have a monster game tonight, and I really like the choice of Kotoni Staggs. I think they need more physicality in, you know, especially with Latrell not there. But I'm really thinking that, yes, Nathan Cleary will be the player of the series, in my opinion, no doubt. Now, I don't think, I mean, there could be an easy chance here, but I really, really do like the thought of maybe an Ethan Strange or a Hamoli Olakau'atu or a Hudson Young being player of the match tonight. And I really like Hudson Young and Ethan Strange out of the two. I think Ethan Strange, the addition of him coming in, is going to be better than Moses. I've said it out loud. But this guy, if you've watched a couple of his last games for Canberra, he's been really, really physical. He's been really mobile. He's been really hard to tackle. And I think that is going to play a massive, massive, massive advantage in this first game. And I think it might be one of those scenarios where it's kind of like a silver lining where Mitch Moses gets injured, Ethan Strange comes in, and all of a sudden maybe New South Wales look a bit better and Mitch Moses may not even be needed back. So if New South Wales do win tonight, which I do predict they will win, look, I'm a Queensland fan as well. And I mostly say this for the last few years. Oh, you know, Queensland, we're doomed this series, and just look at the paper. But this time, I'm like, I think Cleary's just going to take an absolute chokehold of this series. and just show why he's like the most elite player ever in NRL. That's my sort of take on the series. I think it will be 2-1 to New South Wales. I do think we will just get home in the second game, but New South Wales will take the third. And I think tonight, for a prediction wise, I'm going to go with like a New South Wales 18 to Queensland to 8. That's what I'm going to go for. Something like that. So about a 10-point win. We'll see if my prediction is right there. Maybe let me know in the comments what you're thinking. Maybe you're completely against my opinion. That's completely fine. All right, let's get into my team reveal. Something a bit different. We're going to go for it, but it's not too bad. Let's start off with, well, maybe I should do it like this. Let me zoom in the page so you don't see the whole team at the start. How about that for the video watchers? So at hooker, Harry Grant, I think the fact this is a pretty simple one and mostly the most simple pick of them all. I've got Harry Grant at hooker because you've got Reece Robson, and then you got Blake Brayley ready there, if like to just come on and basically take a stint off Robson. Whereas with the Queensland team, you don't really have that. I think Harry Grant will play the full 80. It's just a simple pick. Next, I have Paddy Carrigan. Now, yes, he's on the interchange, but I think if things start off a bit rough for them, he'll come on and still play 50 to 60 minutes. I think he'll be a tackle bot this game, and I think he's going to get away with getting anywhere from a 55 upwards, which I'm happy to just have in there as a front rower and know that he can plug away and be the tackle bot for the Queensland team. And I could be wrong, but I'm going with my gut here, thinking that he'll come on around the 15th to 20th minute and play the rest of the game. We'll see if that is correct or not. Then in the second row forward position, I have Maxi Plath. I think this guy is going to be just everywhere, tackles wise. I'm not sure if he'll snag a full, attacking stat or anything like that. But he's been in great form. He just gets away with easy numbers. And remember, this is over a 3 Origin game series. So it's not just about this series. I'm just trying to get some points here and there and go to the next. Then I've got Cleary at halfback. Pretty simple one there. He'll be orchestrating a lot for the New South Wales team, as we know. And hopefully he just gets an easy 60, 70 plus. Then I actually have Ethan Strange as my 5'8". I think he could get some sneaky attacking stats tonight, which I really am interested to see. Hopefully I'm not too wrong on this, because he can be the type of player that only scores like 35 points. But I think if, things open up, he could be one of the guys that's just supporting there, like a Tedesco. Maybe he snags a try or an attacking assist or attacking stat, and that's exactly what we want to see. Maybe some tackle bust here and there as well. So Ethan Strange at the 5'8". Wing center, I have Jojo Fafita. Now, the reason I have Jojo Fafita is I just really like his base, and I didn't want to go Tony Staggs because I really couldn't go him, because there was just other players in the team that I would prefer to go. I think he can if he can just get away with getting like a 40 to 50, look, he could score a try. It could be something, but I really like the base of him. He takes a lot of those like highway sets, running it up, just getting those cheeky meters. So I'm hoping that is going to play in to the positivity of, him, or not the positivity, but to him just getting some cheeky points and getting away with like a 40, 50 in this game. Now it gets a bit juicy. Let's see what we've done here. Captain James Tedesco. He's going to be a part of a lot of the attack. A lot of attacking stats should come his way. He's in very good form. And as I said to you, even though I'm a Queensland fan, I just think New South Wales will get away with the win here. I don't like that we don't have Reece Walsh. And again, I could be completely wrong, but I'm going with Tedesco. I'm hoping he gets an 80 plus. Captaincy pick, breaking tackles, tackle busting, just doing everything. Hopefully an assist here and there. And the form represents why he should be in the team. So I'm going with Teddy. Last but not least, in my flex as my vice captain is Hudson Young. Just a workhorse for the team. Hopefully he plays the full 80. He may not, but the guy just does everything. I think there's potential he could score more than Cleary in this game just because of what he offers in terms of a lot of hit-ups, offloads, etc. But I was thinking about having Hudson Young as captain. I'm going to go with Teddy as captain and go with that. but very happy with Hudson Young there. Obviously taking a bit of a gamble on like the Jojo Fafita and Ethan Strange. Like I could easily swap these out if I wanted and change them around, but I'm just going to go with my gut, go for something a bit different. I know everyone will go for like maybe Hamoli Olakawatu. You can see a lot of the picks here. Cameron Munsters, Kalen Ponga. I'm going to fade Kalen Ponga. I could be so off the mark and he could look really good, but I'm banking on a tiny bit of a Kalen Ponga flop. Even though I love Queensland, I know this is crazy to say, but I'm just talking from a Supercoach point of view. I really do think Reece Walsh should have been in the team and Kalen Ponga should have played off like utility or some type of bench role and came on with impact, but this is the team and this is what we play around. But that's my team. That is my team reveal. I'll go through it from top to bottom. Harry Grant at the hooker, Paddy Carrigan in the front row with Max Plath in the second row forward position. Halfback Nathan Cleary, 5'8", Ethan Strange. Wing center Jojo Fafita. James Tedesco as the captain in fullback and Hudson Young as the vice captain in flex. Let me know what your team is looking like. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're going for as your captains as well. Anyway, good luck. Hopefully, you know, Queensland still win, but if they don't, maybe it'll work out well for me on Supercoach side of things. Cheerio. See you on the next one. Wolfie here from the Race Traders. Peace.